moving on into the next section is where you have the volume levels for all your different input devices. And you'll notice that these labels across the top match these source labels in the matrix mixer. And you're going to find that there are very common themes as far as the layout of the graphics, the way the system is wired from left to right, top to bottom kinds of things. There's a lot of symmetry in the design to make it very easy to understand. So for an example, quick example here, what we find is that the first fader that we have is Digistar out left, then right, center, sub, left surround, right surround, which matches your matrix perfectly, and then your two mixer outputs left and right. So these faders all control the volumes coming into the system from the devices that we described over here. Now then, what happens next is on the output section over here, you have a master which controls all the audio in your entire theater, regardless of where it's generated, and then you have an output channel for each one of your speaker channels. So you have the left front speaker, right front speakers, the center speakers, subwoofers. Then you have your left surround, right surround, and as I mentioned, the assistive listening channel up here, you also have an output for the assistive listening channel or multiple channel language, alternate language system. And again, the master volume controls everything in the theater. So one way that we work with these devices is that when we're in operate mode, we could come in here and we can change the volume levels, for example, of all the Digistar channels at one time. Both of the mixer channels at the same time. Since it's stereo, they should match all the time. And also, you can control the master volume in the theater here. And you can control the left front channel independently from the right front channel, from the center channel, submaster, and so forth down the line. This is really useful for troubleshooting because there are mute buttons below each one of the inputs. And what that helps you do is if you have a problem with a channel, for example, you have a buzz or a channel not making noise or sounding distorted, you can come into this user interface and you could say, well, I only want to listen to the left front master channel. And you could come down and click these mutes to turn everything else off in the theater. And then that would let you listen to only the left front channel. And if it sounds fine, you go, well, I guess the problem's not there. So let's go to the right. And there's the right. There's the center channel. And so by going all the way down the line, you can isolate each one of your channels. Now, something kind of interesting is that on your manual panel, if you have one of our manual fader panels, one of the faders on the manual panel is assigned to all these Digistar inputs. So if I was moving the fader on the manual panel at this moment, you would see these faders moving. One of the other faders on the manual panel controls these two. So if I was moving that fader on the external manual panel, you would see these two moving. And one controls the master for the entire theater. So you would see it moving here.